Heroes, villains, sidekicks. Thank you for joining us for the episode 9 Umbra Initiative post-show.
Boy, was it a show.
Boy, was it.
If you're watching, it's because you're supporting us on Patreon. Oh my god, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that.
You're the MVP.
You're giving us some hard-earned cash, and we're giving you some hard-earned
commentary.
I love you. We just ended episode 9 over here. We got,
that was a lot, dude.
Yeah.
good episode
Holy shit.
over here. I think we should just dip right into our thoughts right now.
Yeah.
Back into the 3-act play thing.
Yeah.
This was like a 50-act play, my guy. Like, holy moly.
Well, there was the
It's a lot of moving parts.
your whole adventure. Well, actually, it was Barrett's whole adventure, then your whole adventure, and then the prison break.
Yeah.
Calling Adventure was more like a...
It's more a beat down.
Yeah, you got pulled.
That was a good old-fashioned ass
shit,
whooping. Is
dude.
what that
Yeah,
was.
you got completely and utterly obliterated.
Yep.
Did you even do any damage to him?
Nope. I hit once and it didn't do damage.
That hurts, man.
Yep. I'm a ranged glass cannon in a melee fight. That's what just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, your bad sneaking
Yeah.
led to
Yeah, you're terrible.
putting yourself
horrible.
in probably the worst situation you could have been in personally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fighting a melee expert like that.
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
He went medieval on your ass.
Yeah, dude, he did. He destroyed me like what was 3 turns. I was out.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then
I mean,
hit
technically
you
it
for
was like-
5 more.
It's more like
It was a
13
couple.
turns.
I guess, yeah. Dude, that stun. He's as broken as a
that's-
D&D monk.
Yeah. I was like,
Stunning
damn.
fist.
Even worse, really.
Yeah.
Honestly. Broken
I mean,
as fuck.
what did it for you was you failed. You abysmally failed
Right.
Yeah.
the affliction roll.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the way the rules works is that if it's usually if it's 1 or 2 degrees, I'll let people it just wears off after a turn. But the 3rd degree has to be helped with a treatment or some sort of outside help.
Yep.
Or like I said,
And doing it solo, too,
Yeah,
was
yeah.
rough.
But I mean, I like where it led.
Yeah.
I like where me getting my ass beat led to me being chained up and everything that followed that.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
Yeah, it made for a really cool story.
Yeah.
I was surprised it didn't just motorcycle out.
That was my original plan. But
Yeah.
that during the fight, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh no, I wasn't going away from
Cool.
the fight. Yeah, no way. But once I was locked up,
Yeah.
when I turned the gun to the bike at that point, my original plan was to try and see if I could just rev the motorcycle and have it
Yeah.
drive through the
Amazing.
that was my plan, but it changed.
Yeah, so we have
That's a lot.
very quickly Barrett gets taken out for the episode for a while.
Yeah, yep.
Gets destroyed. Meanwhile, the next day Jordan goes back to work,
Yeah.
Yeah,
living his life.
trying to resume normalcy. Not
and
working very well.
Worked for a
and
hot
Arabella,
minute.
I liked Arabella right now. She's in the most tumultuous emotional time of her life, trying to balance out what is going on and who do you trust? We've been through that before,
Right.
but
It's
cool.
coming to a peak.
Yeah, you're super sharp playing as her until, everything was happening in the facility.
Yeah.
You were on everything. You were on point for everything, and then, I don't know, you hear a motorcycle in the basement. It just
I'm
kind
like,
of
what
throws you
the
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just ignored it for a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that so we're only in episode 9, and it feels like a lot of you have to wonder about longevity, and because you never want your characters to plateau
Yeah.
Right.
super early. It's very dangerous. So it's gonna be interesting to see what more we can get out of these characters because we're only facing one facet of it, right?
Right.
And there's more to face.
And there's so many moving parts. It's not even just between. I feel like it's less between there's a good guy and a bad guy, and it's just everyone's kind of a bad guy. You just gotta figure out which bad guy you
Life.
agree with the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, that's
Yeah.
life.
And I think it's a good way to keep that because that's been like a pretty good theme for a while, is like who's trusting who and why, and you know, whatever.
Yeah, this is a great like exercise in morality.
Right, and even last time too was a big like trust, because you told Angelica, and like even switching and even telling Lewis, like, hey, I'm like with Bleeding Edge, is like pretty big, I think. But I just like how that theme is like pretty sewn into like deceit and who to trust throughout like this entire session, pretty much, or the entire, I should say, season.
Well, I think all of that came to a head tonight.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
God.
It's really fun playing a character like Barrett, where I have to think about how he would see things morally. It's fun to be like, okay, he you know, obviously has a job, and there's a good reason why he wants to do it, and that's part of his morality.
Right.
But like, he knows Sales will just kill anyone and
Everyone,
everyone, and he cannot stand by that. So he's willing to just like be like, hey, I'm just gonna try and attack this compound so I know they can stop Mr. Sales. You know, like that, and he doesn't mind being in that bad guy role.
It's, you know, it's kind of funny, like, in a weird sort of way, you and Sales are like Venom and Carnage.
Oh man,
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Amazing.
Absolutely.
like you have your own morality, and it's pretty loose, but he has absolutely none.
None, yeah.
Yep.
That was big too, because I was like, during the whole arcade thing, that was a biggie.
That was a tense scene.
Yeah.
That was good.
I was
really
afraid
I
for
thought
you.
for sure, I was like, I have zero clue going into this how this is gonna end. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die. Like, and
So were we.
I think we all thought that. And I just liked that scene at the end where it was like all smooth and it's like, but actually you're not gonna leave, and if you do, I'm gonna kill everyone else around. So, you know, good luck with that. And I just like having that.
Yeah, it's like, how do you know, you gotta learn how to fight an enemy like that who's like not afraid to like
Right.
mess everyone up around, you know, it's like
Right.
a Superman dilemma kind of thing,
Yeah.
right?
I think it's something a little more unique too to this show, to this because, you know, when we were playing as teenagers, it wasn't really like as big of a, like it was, but at the same time it didn't hold such impact as this, because now it's like,
I don't know. I mean, I think it's more on a small scale, and it's a little more personal, as opposed to as like a macro level.
Right.
In campaign 1,
You're
where it's
right.
like,
Yeah,
you have
it
to
was
stop them.
true.
Because we want to save New York City, because we're all
Yeah.
friends and everyone
Right.
is, and also the world.
you're
is
right.
in
With a
trouble.
broad motivation like that, you can play it kind of fast and loose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with this one, that gets a lot more interpersonal. And...
Yeah, I should say, yeah, that's what it is the interpersonal thing. Not so much that it wasn't there, but yeah, I think that's a better way to put it.
It was a good call for Raj.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good call.
I was like, okay, I don't want to call Jordan, because still like having that like not sure who to trust, and like
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
can't trust Barrett, why am I gonna trust, you know, that whole thing. And I have no reason to really trust Raj either, but that's the only other option beside, you know, like she can't talk to Mother Adele, nobody believes her, nobody else really knows what's going on besides the two people she's been with the whole time. And options are limited.
I like how the past couple episodes has been all these threats, obviously, but the Umbra hasn't showed up in a while, and I kind of like that because there's like two completely separate facets going on here.
I liked that Raj too was just like, yeah, there's no
Yeah,
Umbras right
yeah.
now. I was like, oh, okay, that's an interesting fact, factoid, or at least as far as we know. Or you know, obviously he could be lying or anything,
Yeah.
but as far as we know, we're just hanging out, waiting for another Umbra to open. And I think that's
Dealing with like other things
right.
that are also threats.
Yeah.
I was very surprised that Barrett was willing to give up information.
Yeah, he's kind of weighing like his own secrecy versus I kind of want these other people to attack Mr. Sales. Because like ever since you attacked him, I was thought, okay, well if a third party deals with them, I won't get blamed for it. I'm not technically like the
Nice.
one who caused this.
All, like,
Right.
So if I can just
motivation.
tell like Brother Lewis and Mother Adele and all these people that, hey, my boss is coming, then they might deal with him, and I can just sit here and be like, I don't know what happened to him.
Oh, well,
you know,
just got fucked
Well,
up.
now I can answer your question that the compound is perfectly safe because I think we're gonna get killed.
Yeah, probably.
So
Probably.
Amazing.
Yeah, so we have the escape. It's after the arcade scene. We have the escape where Jordan was successfully able to help our Barrett friend here.
Yep.
almost unintentionally. I didn't
Yeah.
really know what I was doing until it was already too late in a way.
Yeah.
Like curiosity just kind of led me into the whole situation.
Yeah, I had no idea it was on the back of this truck.
Yeah, I thought it
no
was you.
idea.
I thought it was you.
Oh, really?
Well, I knew it wasn't me because I assume I would have been told, but I didn't
You
know
never
what else
know.
it was.
You never know.
Yeah, I guess that it was the gun, but I was for sure did not think you were gonna be able to get it. I was very surprised because when the second time you went back, and I was like, this dude's gonna end up in the dungeon. He's gonna get found. Like,
I wasn't afraid.
yeah, it was good. I liked that it happened that way,
Me too,
and
me
that
too.
you were able to go back like the second time around and be like, well, all right, let's try this again, and then end up succeeding and doing it well, and it worked out really interestingly. So.
I didn't think the gun was going to be able to get to me. I thought it was just going to like clink against the door.
Yeah.
I was like, oh well.
As soon as I realized what it was, I was so happy because it was like a beacon.
Yeah.
I knew I could just follow it to you and then bust you out.
Yeah.
And we
If you
could
give it
figure out
enough
what to do from
velocity,
there.
you can, I mean, it pierced through a dimension
True.
That's true.
to get to
You're
you
right.
in Peter Bastion's Umbra.
Yeah.
True.
It is very Mjolnir-y.
But,
The more-
don't give it enough room
Yeah.
and it can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
The more like situations I keep ending up in, like where I can use the powers I have with this character, the more I love it. Like it's so fun to like as simple as like just being really fucking strong and being able to fly. Like
Yeah.
it's so satisfying.
I think move object is one of the most fun
Oh,
powers in the
it
game.
so
Yeah.
is.
No matter how you do it, like just it's such a versatile power. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, you had a lot of that with Jackie.
That was literally all I did. So it's fun to see somebody else play and in such a like in a different way than like other, because mine was technically telekinesis, so if I couldn't see it was a whole thing. But
Yeah.
since yours is like gravity,
Mine's
it
so
works
broad,
on a
yeah.
totally different level of that. So it's fun to see all the stupid ways that you fucking use it.
It's
I
awesome.
don't think it's stupid. I think everything I've done
No,
works.
no, it does. It's just I'm just thinking back to the comet of the wolf comet.
The coyote
That was
comment.
one of my
Yes, the
favorite
coyote
That was
powers.
comet.
cool. That was brilliant.
No, that was amazing, but it was so dumb. In the best way
I
possible.
thought it was smart.
No, it was. It was just a silly situation, I should say. It was just silly.
But I actually got nerfed this session. For those
Oh, right,
for those
you said.
wondering,
My fault, that's my
we had to redo my character because we built him a little wrong, so I had to take away 18 points of stuff for me.
Ooh,
So
that's a hit.
it was good going
Yeah.
into the fight, being nerfed.
Shout out to Shaboy, who I was talking to on Reddit, who we were asked about like how to use devices and stuff, and I was like, well,
Yeah,
that's a good
He
question.
brought it to me and I was like, device.
Oh
device.
no!
And the difference between devices and equipment. And
Right.
so
Whoops.
we had to
learn new
nerf.
things.
We had to nerf Barrett.
Yeah, it happened a little bit, but it's
You
fine.
know?
It's alright. Weaker characters make for more interesting stories.
I agree. I loved my or our interaction with Adele on the
That-
stairs.
yeah, that was
Ooh,
really
I am
cool.
I like that a lot.
Very
Trying to, like,
excited.
Yeah.
Work our way out of that situation was fun.
Yeah.
I was tempted to just kind of stay quiet the whole time and wait for the dust to settle and then leave.
Yeah. I kept being like, hey, just go. Like, you don't need to be here.
I couldn't go anywhere.
I
The
know.
only way out, there was a bunch of nuns in the way.
Hey, you could have broken through a wall in the back or something.
We were underground.
Yeah,
You're
whatever.
just stuck.
I couldn't break chains. What did you think I was gonna do?
That's true. That's true.
I'm strong, but I'm apparently not that strong.
But now Brother Lewis is here.
Super Saiyan Lewis, dude.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I don't know if that's like a combination of Adele's powers with him, or if that's all him.
Oh my god.
Or,
I
like,
bet
what's
it's all
going on?
him.
Honestly, when the thing with like the light in the sky, I thought it was Angelica calling a gun.
Yeah.
I figured it was her like getting ready to get strapped and then
Yeah.
either break us out or turn on us.
Yeah.
I straight up thought Adele was friggin' Mjolniring a
Yeah.
gun. I
Could
was
you
like, is she
imagine?
about to just like bring out a bazooka or some shit?
There's in the bleeding edge too.
That
Like,
bitch.
Yeah.
yeah.
Good luck. Imagine how amazing that would have been. Though.
Yeah,
alternate timeline. She just brings a bazooka.
Yeah, she's like the equal opposite of Sails.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, what do you think Brother Lewis is up to? What's his deal?
Brother Lewis has the divine gift of ass whooping.
I mean, I just think he's Adele's lapdog. But like when it comes to his powers, I guess he's just like, I don't know, Diablo 3 monk.
I still think that they know like Bleeding Edge or something. I'm like stuck on this thing.
They have to.
And well, because I'm still stuck on that scene with Angelica, and not only that, but now, especially because she's like nowhere to be found. Like Angelica's just around or doesn't seem to know what's going on.
She's blending in.
And like, I have to assume if Adele knows, then Brother Lewis has to know. But I don't know what their relationship is to it, and I just keep thinking about it.
Yeah,
sorry.
No, I was just thinking like it almost seems like the lines are evenly divided, where like there's this organization that wants to kill you and then the other one that wants to protect you. I think like they are both aware of each other. Like the church and stuff.
Even I'm curious about Bleeding Edge's overall intentions.
Yeah.
Since like everyone there seems to contradict each other.
Yeah.
I also am curious. I didn't get too much information because I honestly forgot to bring it up to when I was speaking with Mother Adele. Was the Roland North.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very vague right now, but the timing with like Mother Adele speaking to him at the compound just makes me suspicious.
Yeah, and he's like Moneybags, right?
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, the most likely person to be at the head of this big organization has to be rich, right?
Yeah.
And especially if Mother Adele already knows about Bleeding Edge, if that's why she knows about Angelica, then it all connects. I'm connecting dots in my head that don't exist.
That Always Sunny meme.
Yeah.
The mailman.
Yeah. But that's just a theory.
Yeah, this is I like how you were saying taking like campaign length into account. I really honestly like how this is being paced. Or how just like things are happening to be paced.
Oh yeah,
because like we kind of are taking things relatively slow. I don't know according to how we planned it if we are.
It feels faster to me
because
I think there's less slice of life moments that I like into it. But like, obviously, I still like it. I still like where everything's going. It's exciting and everything. I won't know if I like the pacing until it's over, right?
Yeah.
It almost doesn't like just with how complex everything is happening right now. Like, there's not enough room for slice of life moments. Because of
which I think
of the urgency of all the situations happening.
Which I think will change.
Yeah.
In some ways and sometimes as needed.
I do enjoy the slice of life aspect, especially because I feel like it just brings more depth to the characters, and that's honestly like some of my favorite episodes are just like slice of life episodes because it's just like it's fun. You have fun, you have fun with the characters, you build relationships, you especially if you like with Jordan and Natalie, you don't know how that relationship really is now. It's obviously a therapist and like client, but it's like okay, but also like when you're telling her like, hey, you gotta go, and like making sure obviously you have some sort of care for her and she does for you, so it's like fun and it's like nice to see all that work itself out however you want it to go.
The timing is incredibly important for situations like that too. I think
I just want to say one big positive of this system in my eyes is that it's been, besides the scuffle with me and Lewis, it's been 3 episodes since we've had combat. But I feel like I haven't had any shortcomings when it comes to using my powers.
Yeah.
Like, we all still get to use our abilities, and like we have to look at our character sheets and roll and all this stuff, but we're not fighting anything.
Right. We have practical uses for the things that we can do.
Yeah.
It's like the out like, which should be a given in any role-playing game, but especially with D&D, it doesn't always work that way. But like the non-combat is equally, if not more important than the combat. And so you're more like invested, like, oh, okay, like all this stuff is going on. I gotta like remember this. I got this, just like I learned this. So it feels like so much more happens with that than in combat, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because the combat is really just the conclusion of these situations we're putting ourselves in. Like we have so much that we have to get to, like to go through to get to that point.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like we're kind of in a bubble right now, and it's like it's about to burst, and you can tell like something big is gonna happen. Like we're gonna get an alteration with someone. It just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, but we've had a ton of incredibly interesting plot things happening all at once, and I'm enjoying sifting through all of the details and connecting dots and stuff. I love this.
And like you said, it hasn't even had the Umbra the Umbra.
Yeah, exactly.
In a while, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts.
I'm excited for when the Umbra shows up again because I'm very curious about it. Maybe that's why it feels like it's moving a little slow for me, because we're like, I feel like there's a long stretch between like big points that we're hitting, and I like that. Like, I think that works well.
It's like you're doing side quests, like
before
you start, and you're just like, yes, go over that mountain, and you can continue the main story, and you're like, oh, hold on a second, there's an exclamation mark over there. I'm gonna go do that for you.
But what I like about doing that is like the Umbra storyline doesn't directly involve the three of us. Whereas
we're so small compared to that.
Oh yeah, whereas like what we're like, I mean, like it doesn't involve the three of us, as in like it's not consequential to anything that we've done.
You are not,
that we are aware of.
Yeah.
But
it just has its own.
Yeah, but all of this is directly because of you.
First of all, also Barrett.
Well, yeah.
So let's relax here for a second.
You.
I was fine before everyone else started coming along.
I mean, were you? The photos that you were shown prove otherwise.
Yeah, she was shown hard evidence of a certain incident.
Yeah.
So.
But I like exploring all of this about like your backstory and learning everything about Barrett. It feels like the right time for us to be going through all these things and even like revealing stuff about Jordan and stuff like that. Like going through all of this and like learning about our characters with the viewers at the same time. Once we're involved in deep, crazy, high stakes Umbra shit, like you've grown attached to the characters by that point, you know, and like you know them and you understand them and you have seen what they've gone through, and it makes you more attached when bad shit begins to happen.
Right.
There's like a worldly conflict happening. It's like when you hear a war is happening and you're like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, and you don't care because you don't have any personal stake in it.
And then all of a sudden,
then
you might get drafted.
Yeah, and then people you give a shit about are in harm's way.
We'll see.
I have to say though, I am enjoying playing a character whose basically main goal is not to fight anyone under any given circumstances.
It's cool playing around with that too, of like, because I feel like I'm just like, I can just make Arabella do whatever the fuck I want. Like I just know like the character is so like her personality is pronounced so well that I'm so easily able to write around it. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, I like this.
Well, I think also like I want to establish that, but is workarounds to that, because like I also like I know it in out of game, that's probably meaningless, but inside I'm like, okay, well if I take pictures of all these people and I take these up these places that I'm gonna remember or show somebody or whatever proof of something. You know what I mean? Like
she just doesn't know how to develop them.
Yeah, she's like,
I fucked up. This
it's an interesting subplot that you're kind of starting to build. I'm curious to see like how that's going to
hobbies.
And
especially as like what I am trying to do anyway is because like we talk about like there's no real communication between the three of us because there's like there's not no reason to, but everyone holds their cards close to the chest. And so having her being like, okay, well, they're doing this, there's doing this, and finding the truth somewhere between what everybody is saying, like almost bringing it all together, be like, okay, so what is going on?
I'm almost expecting like the photos in corkboard moment that we're gonna end up like
hold on. But I do like playing off that not trying to fight people and be like, no, I'm just going to see ya.
And we'll see how that goes next episode.
The next episode is episode 10. It's milestone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta say, earlier in the episode when like I had Lewis pulled over and stuff.
Yeah.
I very, very, very closely considered like no, just like revealing my power.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like where we were like,
he'll know now.
Yeah, maybe. Just like that standoff moment where it was like when Jordan said that he was just like there to like protect like Arabella and like the whole situation. He's like, you can't do it. I was gonna like float and be like, really, bitch?
Yeah.
And then just like release it. But I'm really glad I didn't.
Yeah, me too.
Because it kept things a lot more
We got Mitch
interesting
again.
intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got more Mitch.
Upcharge you.
Yeah, of
That was
course.
fun.
Of
For your
course.
car.
Got Laura and Liam
Yes.
once again. Those little bastards.
Yes.
Yep.
I love those kids. There's one more thing I wanted to say. I don't remember it. Oh yeah, I wasn't expecting you to lose so fucking hard.
Yeah,
Me either.
dude,
Me
no
either,
one
dude.
was.
So there was some things I was like,
I could just kill him right now.
I was like, I'm like, fuck, man, like, damn. It definitely, like, there was a sequence of events I had in mind.
Yeah.
And this
Was
is
that
the
a
whole
notebook
joy of
throwing,
being a GM. Now it's like, fuck.
Well, because when I started fighting him, Barrett didn't know he had powers. Right, or that he was even that buff.
Yeah.
So like I went in, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna fist fight him, because he's just a dude.
Yeah.
So then like I got hit by him, I was like, oh okay, and I pulled out my knife. Like I wasn't gonna. My plan wasn't to kill him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I didn't get my
Escalation.
gun.
Known that.
Yeah, and then once he started kicking my ass, I was like, okay, gun. But then he paralyzed me, and it was over.
It was pretty cool though, because it made him look really fucking strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it
Definitely looks like
things
he's
didn't-
a more formidable foe.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If things didn't go down the way that they did in the beginning, then it wouldn't have been as intimidating at the end when he showed up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But I mean, it happened that way, and like that kind of worked in Barrett's favor in a way, because he was like, oh okay, got it. Like they have a bodyguard.
Yeah.
But yeah. So,
Wow.
I liked it.
It was awesome.
Yeah, that
this
was
a great episode.
a lot of fun.
I enjoyed it.
Let's hope the next one isn't the last.
What's up?
True.
TPK.
Party wipe.
Yeah, party
You're
wipe.
gonna get smacked up by a monk.
I don't fight nobody.
Well,
You're gonna get smacked up by a monk.
well, thank you for supporting us on Patreon.
Thanks so much.
Or wherever you're watching this. Maybe we're big enough now that people pirate this episode. If so,
Yeah, maybe this is like
Sure.
way in the backlog for you. Who knows?
If you downloaded this, you'll get a letter from our lawyer.
all right. Bowie's the lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say our lawyer's a sock puppet.
The lawyer's like Rise. Well, it seems here.
It's the law.
So, you pirated our show.
I didn't know pirates were still around.
Very surprised.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.